Welcome to your All Late podcast, your ultimate source for all things rugby. I'm Adrian Pavate, alongside me my co-host Angelo Petrus. So Angie, ik voel iets anders die week. Ik voel dat ik een beetje gewig opgetel het. Ik voel dat ik een beetje gewig verloor.
Nee.
Chom, die naweek was tough man.
This guy is talking about gaining weight here.
Ik heb gewig verloor en in diezelfde asem gewig.
Opgetel.
Nee, ik ben opgetel en diezelfde asem gewig verloor. Ja, Chom, die stomachbug.
Hij zal weer
nice.
dokter moet
Nothing
uitkomen.
nice.
Go
Nothing
see
nice.
your GP as soon as possible. Listen here people. We are all 8. We are back.
We are back.
What episode?
Episode 6.
Episode 6 is here.
Episode 6 is here.
Here we go.
And great weekend of rugby.
Sure.
I mean, URC back.
Phenomenal.
Great
Phenomenal.
rugby. I mean, super rugby back. And then obviously the topic that we obviously gonna focus on the most, Varsity Shield. Back.
What a big surprise.
Ooh, brother, I'm telling you,
Yo.
there's newbies that's taking the stage, eh?
You know what they say about
They're
it?
claiming the field for
You
them.
know what they say about the underdogs in a competition? It's dangerous.
Always.
It's been proven this past weekend.
Of course.
It's been proved this past weekend.
And also we're gonna talk about Six Nations upcoming fixtures. We're gonna be talking about the upcoming fixtures of the Super Rugby.
I'm not gonna make any bets this coming weekend on this coming weekend games because
Why not?
No, bro. No, I only lose money, and I'm done. I've been losing my Gatsby against Adrian with the Wales. Wales been disappointing
I
me.
lost one also. I lost one.
Yeah, but
I
there was
lost
no
one.
bet. There was no bet, and what can I say? Must I go again with a bet or not?
Let's go. We can do something not
Oh,
too extreme, but sy weet is nog nie pydag nie. Nog nie
Jo.
pydag nie. Pydag is klaar nou.
Los dit daar. Los dit net daar. Ek wil oor pydag praat, nie, but anyway. Family, viewers, All 8 is back. Episode 6. We are here with a lot of excitement, a lot of news.
And you know what, Ange? It's warmie.
Yo, it's hot.
hot.
It's hot. Like they say, it's hot like a heat.
Hot like a heater.
Yo.
Hot like a bomb.
Bring your steak, bring your chicken, bring your sausage. We are here. Quality coals, quality fire,
Quality people.
quality people like Woolworths, good food, good people,
And
good
obviously
results.
quality water.
Yo,
Money. All
talk
like
about
water.
it. Talk about it. All 8 water. If you need a bottle of water, talk to us. All 8 water. You will speak fluent English. Top class.
Of course, you can hear by his accent nowadays.
I haven't used one Afrikaans word.
You did now before, but
Before, oh, sorry. I'm so into English now. Oh my word. Talk about
And-
it.
our guest tonight, somebody that's been coming up in terms of, I mean, players coming through his hands.
Big names.
Big names.
We can mention it. Roland,
Yes.
Shea Klassen,
Amir
Amir Hendricks. And they winning cups together.
Of course.
Or one cups together.
So,
So-
I mean, you can see the difference he's making within. We're not gonna give the clue yet.
Yes.
But within the rugby fraternity, I mean, even in club rugby, been around the block, been at SK.
Yes.
So, I mean, this guy is great. I mean, he was the defensive coach at Milnerton High School. Hence,
Yeah. Oh.
2 wins last year.
And what happened last year with Milnerton
Of
School
course,
Rugby?
beating Bishops at Bishops, beating Rondebosch at Rondebosch. So it speaks volumes. I mean, we don't need to introduce him that much.
Yes.
But, Ange, you can call it tonight. Who is our, let's say, guest on die warme kolle vanaand? The hot seat.
On the hot seat tonight. Yo, bro. It's a powerful name. Created a lot of opportunities for our young lads,
100%. And
And-
especially people from the community.
people from the community. So, what a person, man. What a phenomenal person. Think about the next person and
And he loves his jokes, eh?
talk about it. Talk
He
about
loves
it.
his
Oh
jokes.
my
He
word.
loves his jokes.
He loves his jokes. But when it comes to rugby,
Serious.
serious. No jokes. All jokes aside, we only make jokes when the cups is in the draw.
And we forgot to mention one thing. He was also nominated for level 3, IRB level 3 coaching last year.
Yeah. So,
So,
don't be
sit die ding met
surprised.
julle. Sit die span met julle.
Don't be surprised to see this guy soon, in the next 5 years, in a Springbok camp as a coach
Of
or
course.
anything like this.
Speak volumes here, man.
Exactly.
Ons verklaar dit.
Sit die ding in die lug in. Sit die
Yes.
ding in die lug in.
Joko?
Oh my word. None other than Alastair. Thanks. Coach Ellie. Coach Ellie, welcome. It's an honor to have you here in this time. It's Varsity Shield time. And what a moment for you as well. And thank you for your family to allow you to spend an hour with us here tonight. And first question, Coach Ellie, who is Alastair Tays? Not Coach Ellie, who's Alastair Tays as a person?
Yeah, firstly, guys, thank you for having me on the show. It's a privilege to be here. Alastair Tays, he's a family man.
Yes.
A father.
Yes.
He's a God-fearing guy. Okay, community worker. Okay, and big on the family. When I'm not at rugby, try to spend as much time with the family because rugby can consume your life, especially if you're coaching.
Hey,
So I
and the
try to
wife-
spend as much time with the family.
And the
as
wife is
possible.
always on you, no?
Luckily, I have a very understanding wife, who gives me time off when needs be.
Waar kom je daar van?
I'm one of the fortunate, my man. I'm one of the fortunate. And then try and fit in friends around the time as well. Like I'm very big on that as well, like spending time with the friends and that. But as I said, rugby and culture, especially when you're coaching, you coach Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. You play on a Saturday. You're analyzing on a Sunday. Sunday evenings is meetings.
Monday same thing.
Monday the rotation.
En ze vergeet nog.
And you forget
Hotel
And
lewe.
that's just club rugby. That's besides your varsity rugby.
And in a still hotel life also,
that's
living life is hè.
Living the life.
Bid lakens, hè.
Listen.
Bid lakens.
Buffet, breakfast buffet.
Dangerous, yeah. So you have to watch the weight,
Ah.
Make sure that
I remember when we
balance
used to
is
play,
right.
they used to call it a buffet.
Buffet. Maak jou vol. But just quick. Coach Ellie, op een buffet was een player gehad in onze squad. Ik denk,
Bak.
Lugo Bazi. Hij het hier gespeeld, hij week.
I was off that week.
Nou sê coach Lionel is fout, coach moenie te veel eet nie man. Daai man gaan skep sy boot vol. Kyk hier, ons sak my eerste skram. Nou sê die rep crowds bind and sit. Kyk hier, coach hy man wong alles. Kyk hier, laat ek die ref moet ook vra. What's going on?
Dus jy dit wors.
Is dit wossies dat jy so wys ek sê yo. So,
But that's all part of it, eh? I mean, especially depending where you're coaching, depending where your players come from.
you
They're not
need to
used
know
to.
that,
They're not used to the hotel life.
Yeah,
So you need to educate them on that. Like, I've been through
100%.
that.
How many komberse, kussings,
oude-
taals, hè?
I don't know so the
Kijk,
guys.
hy gat is dit in jou.
wat van vlieg? Ek het nog nooit gevlieg, hy kom van Montetjie af. Hier gaan ek op 'n vliegtuig klim. Ken jy 'n vliegtuig as 'n vliegtuig op Montetjie vlieg? Sê ek, give me sweets. Give me sweets. Wat is dit? Ek nou self binne vliegtuig sit. Ek sê my mag het 'n rondom talie gemaak, jong. Ja.
Hy sê hy dink is hy turbulence het jou.
Ek sê, yo, wat is die? Ek ken dit nie. So, wat jy so sê, yo, it's something new for
It's something new for some. Just educate them on the journey and they grow from them.
Ja,
And
definitely.
you can't blame them for their action, sometimes for actions. If they're not, if they're not educated around it, like, yeah.
And then where did your passion for rugby, because I know you played a bit of rugby as well, but as a player and as a coach, where did your passion come from and who inspired you?
So we actually come out from a soccer family. My dad was a big soccer player.
This is not Man United.
No, he's actually a big Tottenham. He was a big Tottenham supporter.
And you?
I'm a United.
Amen.
This is
brother.
not a Welsh dragon, eh?
Amen.
This is not a Liverpool dragon. This is a Welsh
Look here,
dragon,
he's
by the way.
Angelo's was on that
I'm a
Wagon.
Liverpool supporter.
He started being a Liverpool supporter now when they were top.
Okay.
So he's like, I glory supporters.
As
United now when I was it.
Okay.
Glory, Man United. So he is a glory supporter. Let's put it
Never.
that way. Because he never used to watch soccer. And then lately he's like,
I don't
United
watch soccer,
play
I
for
just want
Lowe.
the results.
He's like, United play for Lowe. So I'm gonna be a Liverpool supporter. Because you know, my father-in-law is a Liverpool supporter, and I think the whole family is Liverpool. Even my wife, I don't know, they're very confused. But we're not gonna talk about it.
We got that big divide as well of Liverpool and United.
I'm always that person that's the opposite. I'm a Springbok, ek is 'n All Black.
Be unique. Don't you think you're supposed to be a girly, my boy?
Ooh, never.
You support all the Barbie girls.
What do you mean?
The All Blacks is Barbie girls, my boy.
No, brother.
Sure.
You need to be
We'll turn his blood green, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
Yeah.
And
time.
we win 3 in a row.
I doubt that's gonna happen. But
2023, 3 in a row.
I doubt.
Then you know all that that Maoris that live in Cape Town.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden
With the green ID books.
with the green ID books. All of a sudden they become
I'm
you know
green ID books
Springbok
is weg
supporters.
Coach Ali, talk about 3 wins in a row. You as a coach by Cput, you've been in 3 finals in a row.
Yeah.
And previous achievements. What achievements with Cput did you achieve?
So I started at Cput the end of 2019. That year they won the Varsity Shield, and then you know the name came onto the map. But they also in 2019 they broke away from Gardens Tech, so they started so Cput as a rugby club
Yes.
went on its own. So they had to drop all the way and go play in the divisions there. That's
Yes,
at the
yes.
bottom. So I came there 2019 and then 2020 was my first Varsity Shield. Okay, we had quite a good run and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then the unknown started. Like people were like, "Are we going back to rugby? Are we not going back to rugby?" You know. Fortunate for us, you know, we fell in line with the professional side of things. So when the union started going back, the varsity competition started. You could start prepping for it.
Yes.
So then the Varsity Cup and Shield went on in that 2021
bubble.
year, in the bubble. Crazy times. One was a 9-week block, one was, a 9-day block, the other one was 11-day block. 3 games in 9 days, 4 games in 11 days.
Your recovery is
Recovery is the recovery and adaptability.
So listen,
Those are the
did
2
you
words.
guys have to fly in people for injuries?
So luckily, we could take a 30-man squad
okay.
in the bubble. So we stayed at Tux.
That took, yes.
At Afri Village, I think it was called, or something like that. The back end is a new section. It was a new section at the time of Tux. So all teams stayed there. So everything was obviously bubbled, you know, enclosed. We won. Fortunate enough, we won that shield in the last minute of the.
I can remember that.
Of
Yeah.
extra
Time, yes. Extra
Last
time.
minute
That
of
scrum
extra
of
time.
scored was a scrum of the wing.
Nathan and Kutu, yeah. He scored, and then that was our second shield. Following year, we played in the final against Fort Hare. Last scrum of the
scrum,
game,
yeah, I remember,
penalty try against us.
Sure.
So we felt that, you know, what the opposition felt the previous year, we felt this year. But it wasn't overall, it wasn't a bad year for Cput because we won promotion to out of the Super C. Following year, we played in the Super B. When we were in the Super B, we made the finals of the Varsity Shield again.
Yes.
But this time we played against UWC. Close
Big derby. Robbie Zimbabwe neighbors.
I'm a UWC alumni. I studied there. I worked there. It was massive rivalry. Anyway, unfortunately, it didn't go our way again. But it wasn't all wasn't over that year because we won promotion to the
Super League.
to the Super League A. When we got to the Super League A, it was a tough encounter for our boys. I don't think we were, as a collective, were ready for the experience of the A-League. Though it taught us a lot of lessons last year, and we never had the best of Shields last year. After playing in 4 consecutive finals, we ended second last year. So it was a big turnaround for Cput and also a learning curve. So the cycle changed. You have a student for X amount of years, the rebuild has to start.
And you know that some students don't get their
Some
credit.
students don't get credits.
Then you as a coach must now go and you need to think and consistently think of who next. And I can only play a certain amount of first years. I can only play a certain amount of
100%,
second years. Post grads, I can only play so much. So
100%.
it's tough for you as a coach.
Yes.
I mean, I was fortunate enough to play Varsity Shield with UWC, and we got that. I mean, I remember in the week And this is a story, and I don't think a lot of people will believe me, but a week or two before Shield started 2017, sorry. There was a wing, what's his name now? I can't come to his name. He was from EP. He played for Nelson Mandela as well, and he never qualified. Or he never finished something at Nelson Mandela, so he couldn't qualify to play that following year. That's when Kurtley Arns stepped in. And he just rised.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes a bad thing for somebody, but it's a good thing for somebody else because
Yeah.
it opened doors. I mean,
100%.
Kurtley was a walking there.
100%.
By us, it wasn't like
Recruit.
it was literally Keegan Fortune told I think Bola Conrad in Chester, like he has somebody that played with him in under 20 at Boland. He brought him there and
To just add to that story,
and
both
you
of
coached
them
him
actually came out of our
Yes,
academy.
you coached at the
Yeah,
academy.
The Western Bronze Academy, and then the
But
academy
now-
spoke to the university.
But now Kurtley's winning All Blacks.
he is
He's
great.
easy teams, I guess.
He is great.
He's great.
He's great.
Talk about it.
Talented guy.
Yeah.
Same with Herschel, same story with Herschel. Herschel was like,
So the big thing with the Shield, like people think that there's only opportunity in Cup,
yeah.
but the Shield
Shield.
is just as a
That-
platform.
I
as
think
Cup.
that-
Herschel Jantjies played a year before he won the World Cup. He played Varsity Shield 2 years before. He played Varsity Shield, and he was in the dream team of the Varsity Cup. Him
From
and Aiden
Varsity
Cput
Shield.
from Varsity Shield. So I think the perception of Varsity Shield, people might think it's somewhere you need to start, and it's where you get TV time, and TV time is important.
I'll give you a short story. Poland won the Currie Cup 2 years ago, right? The 10, 12, and 13 was the CPU's 10, 12, and 13 who won the final in 2021.
True.
So the opportunity
I played with him. Jorgen.
Jorgen,
Lunati.
Lunati, and Fagan Snyder.
That was the year I played with him at Boland. You're quite right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
great players, and so the Varsity Shield is not only a opportunity for breakthrough at the big stages of rugby. It's as well a study opportunity. Do you agree with me, Coach Ellie?
Yeah, the big thing with varsity rugby is that you need to push student athlete.
Yes.
Not athlete, student.
100%.
So why I'm saying that is because if you don't get your 60 credits, you can't play in the big tournaments.
Not
You can't.
So you have to pursue your studies and get that study sort of training or playing balance, right? And hence come in student athlete, not athlete student. And it's important that when students come into your environment, that you make them understand that. Because a lot of time they come into an environment and their perception is this whole big professional setup. You know, and it's just about rugby. It's not just about rugby.
You must
Your
go to
game can be
class, yeah.
taken away from you in a blink of an eye, and then what's your next step? You know, the biggest issue for me being at university, to be honest with you guys, yes, it's nice to win trophies, win leagues and stuff like that. But when I see this guy's teaching, he's got a full-time teaching job at a school in Ceres or in Worcester, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Or this guy's an architect now.
Yes.
That's so exciting because it's life after rugby.
So
You
you're
know?
more happy for him
Exactly.
if he grab his degree and go work. But if he can do both, degree and rugby.
Done deal.
Then
Done deal.
yeah, it's a done deal. It's a done
So
deal.
what's so difficult, boys?
It's a done
Come
deal.
into a system, you know what's in front of you. Go for a bigger picture, I guess.
I think it's just sorry to break your word there. I think it's making players realize like if they come into your system or whatever or your setup whatever, you need to make them the best version of themselves. Do you know what I mean? And if they understand what the best version of themselves are, then
I think also, Ellie,
yeah.
where I wanted to come in with your recruiting system. I know it's tough with you guys because I mean you have like a campus in Wellington, then a campus in Mowbray, campus in Belleville. So you guys are everywhere, and I mean there are actually a lot of talent within Cput, and I think it's difficult for you to just identify and I mean, and everybody's coming from everywhere. And I mean, people's coming from Eastern Cape and Pretoria, Joburg, oral.
People coming from Sierras,
and I mean,
people
it's-
coming from Worcester.
I mean, I remember Matthew Kunrad. He was from Pretoria, right?
Pretoria,
And I mean, like, it's tough because now they must come down and all of that. How do you
Everything's
manage with the recruitment? And
So the big thing the first thing with our recruitment is, which people don't know really, is that we don't offer sport bursaries. So that's the first variable that you need to take out of the way. Okay. So we sell our environment. We sell our coaching program. We sell our coaches, our coaching staff. Jongi Nokwe, ex-Springbok, Jerome Parvat, works for the union. Brandon Isaacs, he's the Stormers sports scientist. I got Ramon Samuels on board,
Samuels, big one.
Stormer. So we use that as a tool, but then also I use players. I use my players from the past that goes back into the community.
Yeah,
That
and
sees
tell
a
them
youngster in Worcester, or Sierras or Darling or whatever. He sees this kid. And he says, Coach Ellie, there might be something.
Yeah.
And then also we connect with school coaches, and we have open days
100%.
for trials and things like that, so that we can create a platform actually for everybody,
Yeah.
to try and get into the university.
With your in terms of your recruitment, if you look at your team environment, how do you get that? Because I mean, a lot of teams have good players, talented players, but they also have players that are just for themselves. So you have a lot of egos in one camp.
Yeah.
How do you break that down?
There's a saying like you want the right player,
Yes.
and the right player is not always the most talented player, but you also need the talent.
Yes, 100%.
But you can coach to
Yes,
increase talent and
coaching
skill
is-
and stuff like
coaching
that.
is awesome.
That brings out your coaching ability
And your talent,
and things like that. But the big thing is when it comes to having guys from all over, say South Africa, because we have guys from Pretoria, as you said, the Eastern Cape. I mean, 40% of my team is from the Eastern Cape. If you look at my team demographic.
Even from Sierras.
Then you get the Oaks from Darling, Sierras, Worcester. Now that's already a challenge. There's already a battle there, But it's making sure that everybody understands the vision. What's the vision?
Vision.
What is the mission that we're on?
Yes.
Okay, so if you buy into it, then you belong here. If you don't buy into it, so be it.
Unfortunately, yes.
You know what I mean? No hard feelings. The next journey is your journey. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean we don't have to have a relationship.
To each
But
their own.
we have to have everybody on the same page. And then once we got those, it's bought in, and then we operate. We coach them, we support them academically, off the field if they need. We try and give them the best package that we can give them.
100%.
But the buy-in is important.
Yeah. So Coach Ellie, for your next boy is in matric now. That's current 2025 matric boy. Your talented rugby boys. For him to come into your system, what is your aim? How do you approach them to fit into your system and make them feel comfortable? You understand? Sometimes boys come from, say, Eastern Cape. Now they say, nah, things don't go my way. I'm leaving.
I think the for me personally, the big thing is I'm big on connection with people. Like you said earlier, I like making jokes and that, but I like connecting with people in general.
Yes.
That's a strong point of mine. So whether it's outside of rugby or inside of rugby, so when I connect with a player, I'm honest and transparent with him, and then I'll be honest about our environment and just where I see them in our environment, and they can be honest with me, and then we can have honest conversation of, do you want to come into the environment? This is what we can offer.
Yes.
But there's no gray area.
Yeah.
And I think if you get that transparency right up front, then it can be a win-win for both parties.
Yeah, bro.
If I don't select you, you know why you're not selected.
Yeah, that's one thing a lot of coaches they struggle to do. I mean, even in club rugby, even in professional rugby, sometimes coaches can't own up and say, like, listen, this is the reason why you are not in my team. Work on ABC. And you already have D, E, Z, whatever.
And the big thing is, I'll just put in my coaching educator hat on, is that player profiling is important. So when you profile your player, it's getting to understand him. Okay, rugby strengths, characteristics of who he is as a person.
Yes.
What's his hobbies? Where does he see himself in the future as a rugby person and outside of rugby with his studies? So now you sort of get to his family dynamics.
Yes.
You know, does he have a kid? Is he single? Is he with a parent? So you get that dynamic. So you learn to understand, and you also have talking points there.
Yes, definitely.
You can see sometimes gaan die manne van die pad af.
Yes, and once you have that conversations, because everybody can't have, like it's some people find it difficult having, or answering difficult questions.
Yes.
And a simple question can be difficult to them. Just ask them, what's your short-term goal outside of rugby? The kid is so focused on rugby.
It's like rocket science.
It's everything is rugby.
You want
so educate them on, okay, what are you studying? Where can you go with the studies?
Yes.
You know what I mean? What can you create for yourself outside of rugby while you're still playing rugby? You know, and then now things start getting easy. Now we have a conversation. Now we get into chat.
Yes.
Now when I come to you and I say, look here, Angelo, but you're my fourth choice lock.
Yes.
Okay, and this is why you're the fourth choice lock. But you will get opportunity when the time is right. That conversation becomes a bit easier, and the person sometimes can handle it easier. You know, you must still understand we're still working with a young adult, sort of youth adult here, that gap.
Coach Ellie, at that point, I think if coaches is more honest to players in that type of sense you just explained us, I think for me it was easy to get that news. Then I tell myself, change the goal.
Yeah.
I can be number one in my academics, right? So the mistake I made, I was focusing on the rugby and I forgot about the study. So I failed my first program at university, go home for a year, come back.
Yeah.
So then I told myself, rugby is secondary, studies primary. So change the goal immediately before it's too late. You understand? But rugby will be there and will always be there. You understand?
So that's key. But as the coach, you need to educate the player, man.
Yes.
Like make them understand life of rugby and life beyond rugby, life with rugby and life beyond rugby. Like just make them understand that picture, and then things start becoming easier. Because when you when we training, if this player doesn't understand why he's not playing, he's not going to train at his best.
Yeah.
So he's not going to give my guys that selected the best opposition.
And he's going to make the camp negative.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
So it's big that is transparency. I mean, if my guys didn't train well last week, we couldn't put out the performance that we put out in the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so we needed that quality opposition, which is the MPS squad, but they understand why they're there,
why
the
they're
opportunity will come.
Yeah,
You know,
it was clear
sometimes you have the end of the week, I fruit apples wat
100%.
That's my jersey.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not a matter of, because I mean, we all fight for positions.
And it's healthy.
And it's healthy. It's healthy, but it's how you fight for it. Because sometimes people, I mean, in camps I already seen things where people might take you out in the
one of them.
line out. No.
No, one of the players
explain
take him
something.
out.
One of the players
Take him out.
tried to take me out.
Yes.
But he obviously failed, and then I took him out. Simple. And you need to think of what your actions, because for action there's a reaction.
So
and sometimes it's a bad thing, but like a lot of things, like I also saw in my short 5 years of varsity rugby, I learned a lot in terms of one or two players can make a whole camp negative.
100%.
Yes.
So we got this thing at Cput, the 3 C's. You care, you commit, and you compete.
Yes.
So you must care about the environment. You must care about the person. You must care about passing this ball to him.
The next one.
You must care about how I greet you.
Yes.
And once you care, then that means you committed to the cause. You're in it, boss. And now when we committed, we create a competitive environment. We must compete.
Yes.
Because that's going to improve
Yeah.
us. You know?
And we become
and
healthy.
then that becomes a healthy environment.
Yes,
But they must
100%.
understand that 3 C's.
Yeah.
And they must, and we must drive it.
All 8 family viewers, there's Coach Ellie in a nutshell, and a lot of juicy and relevant info has been said, Adrian. And players, take note, man. Take note. Here's a coach, and a coach after rugby, a coach in a rugby. Not everything is a rugby. You care about your education. That's important for us. That's what we strive for, and that's our goal. Then, Coach Ellie, Cput versus Fort Hay. The first game. Quick.
Yeah, that was tough, eh? After winning one game last year. Overall, eh?
Yes.
Remember, we lost everything in that A-League.
Yeah.
Was it
But it was-
pak?
Yeah.
it was-
We were there, we were there.
But we need to remember you had a lot of graduates
Yeah.
that left.
100%.
Key players.
And if
100%.
remember, it was your first year, and I mean, if you look at when UWC came into Super League A, I mean, same thing.
So-
Fighting for survival.
So
we were fighting for survival.
then the Varsity Shield competition won one game. Luckily, we picked up enough bonus points
Yes.
to survive, to miss the relegation. Okay. Going into our preseason camp on the 5th of January this year, we told ourselves, guys, we need to start well
Yes.
to make sure that we don't have or end up in that situation that we were in last year.
Yeah.
50% of the squad I managed to keep, and they know what it felt like.
Yes.
You know, and we as coaches knew what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know, so we really worked hard to making sure that we get a good start.
Start.
You know, it didn't always go well building up to the game, but 2 weeks before last week Friday, things just started coming. The puzzle just
Yes.
started. Everything started connecting.
They say later, it's always best to peak at a later stage. It's always,
timing must be right.
I mean, I remember when we were in Varsity Shield and we played teams, like our preseason was like Robertson Town. We played your UCT, your Matis in that
Yes.
Chuckers. We used to have like a thing at Tigerberg where everybody used to play at Tigerberg Rugby Club. We had like a day, and like each team plays each team. And that was tough. I mean that time there was like your Luke Stringers that played,
Yes,
and players
yes,
that played already, Curry Cup,
Difficult
Stormers.
players.
So it was challenging, but it was good to measure yourself with it because you could see, okay, maybe I need to work on X, Y, and Z. So it's always good. I mean, you guys, your preseason games were against?
So we had a Chuckers against Hamilton's, but that was mixed, mostly of the under 20s and some senior guys. Then we had Chuckers against, or control training against some UCT.
Yes.
Which we found, I find going down that route is you achieve more.
Yeah.
And then we had a full game against Friedenberg, which was really nice.
Boland too.
Boland, taking
Boland.
the boys out to the Cape. Last year we done Robertson, which is also great. You know, Boland spectators, they come. And
Yeah,
the numbers
always.
come.
Always.
You know, and they host the players, you know, so nicely. And after that, we had 2 training sessions. Just training sessions, one against 2 teams that play in the Super C. But it was more control training,
Yes,
different
definitely.
opposition,
Yes.
different face in front of me, you know. But the outcomes we could control, you know. And then, as I said, the 2 weeks before the game, things started coming together. And I think a lot, I mean, Friday, look, we played well. There's a lot of things that we need to improve on. But I think the boys really wanted it, you know, to get that good start to the tournament. I mean, for 5 years, we dominated this
Yeah,
shield.
definitely.
And then we almost got chucked out.
Yeah.
So, you know, turn around, 5-year cycle.
How is it having Ramon Samuels in the camp as a new forward coach? I mean, surely these
Yeah.
some guys, obviously, you know, Damien Williams' brother, also an ex-Stormers player, well known in the communities of
Communities.
Strand.
Yeah.
And I mean, he also has a great story. I mean, coming from a primary school, I think that year almost half of his primary school got bursaries to Paul Rose.
Sure.
And from there, he just blossomed. I mean, got a contract at Lions and then came back home.
Back to the Stormers, yeah.
Unfortunately, getting that injury. Yeah.
But I think the place he's in now is so great for his story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because these boys can now realize, you know, you can be here now and the next minute your career can be
Yeah.
taken away from you.
Yes.
You know, I mean, he was heading to become a Springbok.
Yeah.
But as a coach, Ramon is, look, he's a good coach. He's exceptional with connecting with players and being honest with players.
Yeah.
You know, and I was really taken away how the players connect, like how quickly they gelled with him, man.
Yes.
You know, and he fitted in. He fitted in he slotted in. I mean, we had Cynthia Walker with us, who left, who's now the head coach of SK. And then the gap opened for us to get Ramon in, and he slotted in perfect. Great guy, great coach. Yeah. He's also got some nice stories.
Yeah, great stories. Ron Samuel. Then Coach Ellie, any advice to young youth regarding life after rugby or life after sport for that matter? You see a lot of guys getting lost along the road. So what's your advice as a coach and as a father figure for a lot of rugby
and as a
boys?
student?
And as a student.
You finished last. You finished last year or your post grad?
I'm busy with last couple of months, the MBA, yeah. Last couple of months. Look, the big thing for me is education.
Yes.
Okay. If you can go to university, educate yourself so that the chance of getting some sort of work can be greater for you. But set yourself. But even if you don't get in university, it's not the end of the world. Find yourself a mentor. Set yourself goals in life what you want to achieve. Everybody's goals is different. Someone's goals might be just to give his parents a better life before he creates a better life for him. Whatever it might be.
Yes.
Other person's goals might, I want an accounting degree. I want to become a teacher. Others are rugby fascinated. They want to just become a professional sports person. I want to be a Springbok.
Yes.
But it's about educating them about the bigger picture that I think is important. And we have to be transparent with them. And that's where the best version of yourself comes into play.
Yeah.
And educating them on how to look at that and how to plan that and how to go about achieving that. That's the big thing. That's the best advice I can give people who's talking to youth out there.
Yeah.
There's always opportunity. It's just everybody's opportunity is different.
Yes.
And comes in different ways.
So like Coach Ellie say, if you get the opportunity, take it. And remember, if you maybe mess up the first opportunity,
It's always
there's always a second chance. Remember, we get second chances for a reason.
Yeah.
And that reason is to complete it. And I think for youth out there, we need to take our second chances because there might not be a third one. But I can most definitely tell you, you will always get second chances in life. So please take that opportunity because you don't know if it's your last.
If I was you, I will take it definitely. Boys, URC results past weekend, a lot of nail-biting rugby. URC, Lions and Stormers 30-23, Bulls and Sharks 19-29. Bulls het pak gevat, Coach Ellie. Nie een, maar dat is wel wakker, wat denk jy?
Sharks dominated that game throughout the game. The Bulls wasn't in it.
Yeah, they
No way.
The Sharks pitch, everything clicked for them on the day.
Yeah.
Quick, Lorenzo Julius into the alignment camp of the box, and he saw this past weekend. He belongs there, right? He beat experienced players like Sergio Peterson. I don't want to talk about it, but guys, it was happening.
Yeah.
But he comes to the ranks.
Yeah.
He deserves his shot.
Yeah, he definitely deserved his shot. Then we going quickly into the Super Rugby.
Super Rugby, obviously, you had your Force and Moana. Oof.
I felt for them, man.
Brother, I
felt
felt that. I mean, when I saw the flyer of getting the ball after 20 phases,
Was Ellie.
and I saw that prop in front of me, I thought, nah, it's over. And I mean, that scrum off there, the back sweeping, I thought, die arme
I really
man.
felt
80 Force 45-44. That's what they meant.
And then obviously the first game of the Super Rugby for this year, Crusaders and was the
Hurricanes. What a performance, eh?
33-25.
Great after similar story like Cput. Never had a great Super Rugby last year, struggling, but I think they're gonna come. They're gonna come this year.
The way they looked on
They're
the
coming.
first round.
They're coming, I think it's good for New Zealand rugby because I won't say the rugby wasn't doing too well, but I think they not the standards that they normally have.
I think the standards will pick up.
Let's be honest, that Super Rugby misses South African friends.
Definitely.
Yeah, they do.
Yo.
But if you look at the Australian teams this year, it looks a bit different. I think they're more hungry to play rugby. I mean, last year you had all Australian teams taking a beating, and the Brumbies was always like that team.
Could it be a Joe Smith effect? Or?
Could be.
But ek kan nog one staan. Bring die Suid-Afrikaanse spanne in. Dan gaan die competisie nog meer juicy wees.
But it's always been great. I think if South Africa wants to go, if Safa wants to go that route, please do, because
Safa can give it another chance.
I think it will work.
Senza.
Boys, dan was aan nog
I know we all said we played soccer back in the day. I was talking about Man United and Liverpool, but it's Senza, guys.
Vijay,
Boys.
my kop halup.
Pawate dan another nail-biter. Nail-biter rugby. 37-36 Waratahs Islanders.
Oh, man.
Coach Ellie, what do you think about it game? It was tough, man.
Look, I think the rivalry, Australia-New Zealand rivalry, you know, it was big. Both wanted to have a good, I think all teams wanted to have a good start to the campaign,
definitely.
you know, and they showed their cards, you know, because all the scores were quite close.
It was. And I mean, like compared to your previous years, you had like
Dominance.
50,
Dominance.
20. Where the score field, the playing field is level.
Say for instance, use the Western Force, the Force. That was we're just gonna go fetch our points.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
We're seeing the if you look at the force back then, the force now, you this year you can see that they in certain positions they filling that gaps, and that gaps is needed. I mean, set piece, especially set piece.
Yes.
Rassie Erasmus proves it year in year out. If you can't be a set piece team, you don't have
a
set
set
piece.
piece.
Ireland
difficult to
also.
launch.
I mean, Ireland love of set piece. They love of it.
I think they use Rassie's set pieces because whatever Rassie is doing, they are doing.
No, I don't think so. I think maybe the 7-1 split is 100%, but other than that, or 6-2 split, because all of the European teams are using that. But if you're looking at the game that they are playing now, nobody did. Or back then they used to play 4 forwards in one pack. Now he's keeping teams guessing. Ireland is keeping teams guessing because they can hit it out the back.
Who started it?
No, Rassie Rasmus never played 4 forwards in one pocket.
New Zealand used to play it back in the day.
Yeah, they used to play it. But they used to play it more diamond.
Yeah.
And now they're playing, 4 flat. You don't know where the ball is coming, bro.
Just receive it.
Just be alive.
Just be alive.
Be alive,
Take the
but
ball.
brother, it's tough. It's tough defending. I mean, you normally they say we defend what's in front of you, but brother, as mense begin beweeg,
Duik
it's
net.
tough.
As
It's
jy
tough.
sê jy tackle is vital. Duik net.
But it's they're very authentic with what they're doing now, and especially set pieces. You saw it in the Super Rugby even now this weekend with, they're throwing it, hitting it up. They're thinking that the team is gonna maul, and then the guy is coming like with a surprise. Prop is looking there, so it's some coaching errors that coaches hate. Ellie, you're a defensive coach. It's not nice seeing players doing funny things there.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But if we look at the Six Nations, Ellie, quickly, Wales, Ireland.
Look, I feel for Wales, eh?
Wales,
I think the union is messing them over, as in the Welsh Rugby Union.
Yeah.
There's some dark things going on within the union that's affecting the franchises and then the players in the franchises. And till they get that right, Welsh Rugby,
Yes.
you know, I think there's a lot of eyes on Gatlin.
Yeah.
But Gatlin done wonders with Welsh Rugby in the
Do you
past.
think they will sort it out before the World Cup?
I doubt it. If he couldn't sort it out, a man who has a history with Welsh Rugby,
British and Irish Lion.
British and Irish Lions, he's a New Zealander.
Yeah.
Then I think they need to sort the house out first.
Are you going for Ireland? I'm going Ireland.
I'm a Welsh
Ireland.
supporter, but I'm going with.
I'm going Ireland by
I'm
10.
also going Ireland
10
by
or
10.
make it 12.
Ireland
15.
10.
Let's make it 15.
Ireland 10.
Look here, who's
15.
buying who gets beer?
15.
I'm not betting today. I'm not betting today. Right, England, Scotland. That's an easy one for Scotland.
England.
I'm going with England. Yeah, momentum.
England.
Yes.
France, Italy. I'll go France.
France as well.
France,
Yeah.
France, Italy. And then Super Rugby. Chiefs versus Crusaders.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Going with
Chiefs,
the-
man.
I'm going Crusaders. Eh?
Chiefs,
Crusaders,
man.
Crusaders.
I'm going with the
Crusaders.
Chiefs. 5 points.
Crusaders by, I'll say 3.
3.
Yeah, I'm just going with the winner.
Let's go with the win.
Reds, Moana.
Moana. I'm backing them all the way.
Moana 2.
I'm backing
I'm
them.
going with the Reds.
I felt it
Going
last
with the
week.
Reds.
I mean, this weekend passed, but I think they'll
I
pass.
think they're gonna get it. Then Hurricanes and Drua. Oof.
I'll go
No,
with
you know,
Hurricanes.
I'm going with Hurricanes. I'm going with Hurricanes.
Signals,
I'm
but
going-
I'll go
I'm going with Hurricanes.
Who's on?
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes, I'm going with Hurricanes, 3
Hurricanes.
points.
And then Highlanders, Blues.
Blues.
Blues. All the way.
Blues.
I'll say Blues.
Blues.
Blues as well. And then Ellie, just shortly, I mean, we looked at the past Friday, all of the teams playing your UWC, playing against Vusu, coming out as winners. They're looking good. I mean, tough for them coming from cup. It's tough. It's always tough for a coach, you know, when you drop. But I think they look like they in sync. They got a few youngsters. I mean, Frank that you coached last
Frank is
year.
great. He's a great player.
Frank is coming through. Frankie Tamani coming through. Great 12 center. And then obviously you guys picking up first win against Fort Day Blues.
Look, so I think the teams to look out for, Varsity College, definitely.
Yes.
Okay, and then UWC. I think UWC is in a difficult position at them because I feel that they're just too good for Shield, but they struggle in the cup.
Yeah.
You know, but they're too good for Shield, so they're a bit in between. I am backing them to go all the way. Other team to watch out for is Varsity College.
Varsity
Yeah,
College.
they put a lot of resources into
What's your
their.
thoughts?
Varsity College beating Nelson Mandela.
It was a
that
shock.
score was a big shock.
It was,
Because I know David recruited really well. They got quite a few Cape Townians playing in that Madiba's team.
And then
Quality boys.
And then the newcomers,
Dis 'n prys, Saul Plaatjies.
Saul Plaatjies, huh?
Jonathan Franke doing a great job. there.
Great job.
Yes.
I
Great
mean,
job.
I mean, playing first game.
Same
and
there, there's Cape Townians in that team. The outside centre played for Strand last year, the year before. Youngster. If you look at these teams, there's a lot of Cape talent
So
floating around.
what you're actually saying is there's a lot of excitement news waiting for us.
Of course, from the
So-
Cape of Good Hope.
All the coaches in the Varsity Shield, all the best to the season and do your thing. Coach Ellie, for you as coach, all the best and bring the final. What about the Cape Town final derby
Ooh,
again?
yeah, again, there
Please.
in Belleville.
In
Huh?
Belleville,
But
in
this
Robert's
time-
Book.
But this time, maybe you guys host.
God willing,
Huh?
game by game. We'll see how we go.
Yes,
Game
We'll
by
take
game.
it game by game.
But guys, just from my end, thanks for having me. Eh?
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, family.
From the All Eight family, we just like to thank you. It's been an honor and a privilege being with it. You qualified now as a level 3 coach, or you still busy?
I'm on the journey.
You're on the journey. We say
The journey.
It's
Next level.
Next level, man. As Flamme, as next level,
on the
man.
journey.
So, we just like to thank you, and hopefully we can have you back on the show. Maybe,
In the Springbok system?
yeah, but maybe even before the final.
Yeah.
You never know.
Um,
Let's see where the road takes us.
And then we'd like to thank the viewers once again for liking, sharing, subscribing. We really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate the work you guys do, and we try to do our utmost best to give you guys great content. Then we would like to thank SSA Custom Designs for the great water, and FLM Attorneys for once again just being behind us. And if you need a lawyer, julle weet om wie te bel.
FLM.
Ja, in Afrikaans het nou vir.
Right. And then for all our supporters on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, just want to say thank you for all the support, all the love. Keep on doing it. Then there's one thing you need to do for us. Like,
Share,
And subscribe.
here we go. Like,
share.
And subscribe.
Here we go. Like, share.
And subscribe.
Here we go.